Welcome to the Guilbault Girls Show, where you will have the opportunity to hear from mothers, fathers, siblings, and individuals themselves about their journey of living with a disability. I know, it's called Guilbault Girls, but we have a bonus for you as we get the Guilbault boys to interview some of the dads and siblings to get their perspectives too. We'll also have special guests from time to time to share the many resources that are available to those living with a disability and their families. So get ready to laugh, smile, cry, maybe even get a little angry when you hear some of those stories of their day-to-day struggles. But let's not forget their many triumphs. As they say, it takes a village, and if it weren't for our village, we wouldn't be where we are today. So join us. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Guilbault Girls Show. I'm your host, Karen Guilbault, and today's guest is Rachel Mast. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Rachel Mast is 24 years old and a graduate of Olathe South High School. Did I pronounce that correct?
It's actually away from South.
Well, I'm so glad I asked you because I didn't know how to pronounce that.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. And then you went to Project Search and attended Missouri State University. Rachel is active in her local church, a local theater program, and Improvaneers online. She's been in 26 plays and has spoken at many conferences. Rachel worked to pass the Federal ABLE Act and went on to open the first Kansas ABLE account. She is a member of the National Down Syndrome Congress Policy and Advocacy Coalition and a past ABLE National Resource Center advisor. Rachel received the 2019 Laura Lee Self-Advocate Leadership Award for her leadership and advocacy activities. Rachel works for the University of Kansas Hospital as a patient greeter in the patient transport department. Rachel, who is passionate about advocating for people with Down syndrome, says she loves her life and hopes to get married and live in a pink house someday. So welcome, Rachel. I'm so excited to have you on. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good. So I have so much to talk about. I'm so impressed with you. But let's go back to kind of the beginning. Growing up and going to school, what were some of your favorite things about going to school? Maybe in like elementary or middle school, high school, what were some of your favorite things that you remember? Do you have some favorite friends from high school?
So my favorite thing about school growing up, I love having practice with my friends. I love being involved in lots of things like student council and volleyball manager.
All right. So what practice? So at school, what practice you did? Theater in school?
Yes, I did theater. That was a fun thing to do in my high school because that was a good class to have done.
Yeah. And then I think you were, if I'm not mistaken, I saw a video, you were on the council in high school.
Student council?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And did you like that?
Yes, we loved it.
That's awesome. And was there anything you didn't like about school? I know we all have those.
So for me, I did not love math.
Mm-hmm.
I did not really like homework. I worked very hard in school. I did not like when they put me out of class. I did not like it when the paper stacked papers on my hands.
Okay. So yeah, so you got pulled from class for what, like speech and different therapies?
Like a test and quizzes.
Okay, for tests and quizzes. Yep. So my daughter, she also got pulled out of class for tests and quizzes, and then speech therapy and occupational therapy and physical therapy as well. And so I know all about that. So I read that you went to Project Search, and that Project Search is an education and employment program for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, 18 years of age or older, who are interested in community employment. Can you share with us some of the things that you worked on and learned during your time there? So what kind of things did you do with Project Search?
Um, so, um, I want all kinds of different jobs. I worked at a grocery store. That's like heavy, for example.
Okay.
Hotel. It's called MC Suites. That's what it's called. And then hospital dining services. I also warned that you have to conquer your fears. Me create my resume. I warned that you just have to keep on swimming. That means you just have to keep doing your best and working hard even when something is difficult.
I love that. So it helped you conquer your fears. You learned new skills. You went over your resume. It sounds like you did a lot of different on the job learning. So that's really good. My
Yeah,
daughter's getting ready to hopefully take that on and is working with a similar organization that does that as well. So I see that you're working at the hospital. Did Project Search help you find that job? Or was that something you found on your own?
so no, they didn't. They did not find this job for me. They didn't actually find this job for me. We found this job because a friend from Christian Youth Failure, uh, it would be a good opportunity for me. She reached out to me, uh, mom, said I applied for a job and had an interview, and they hired me.
That is awesome. Were you nervous?
Oh no, you know me, I'm never nervous. I,
That's
you know,
good.
I mean, for me, I'm on the stage a lot, so I'm never getting nervous.
Well, I wish I was like that because I get nervous at a lot of things. So
Really.
yes, I do. So I envy you on that. So what is your job title and what do you do with the hospital?
So my job title, I'm a patient clear. I
Okay.
greet patients with my smile. I push them to for rooms. Sorry, I push our patients to for rooms or apartments. We push patients to for rooms and apartments. I help wipe down high touch areas, like bobby chairs and hand sanitizers, and also yeah, like high touch areas, bobby chairs, wheelchair, sorry,
Wheelchairs?
wheelchairs,
Hmm.
bobby chairs, um, some mask, like
Yep.
we
So
mask,
okay, so you help with the give them masks and the hand
not
sanitizers and
give, so like we meat stock and boxes.
okay, you restock the boxes. All right. Do you ever push the patients to their rooms? Do you help with that?
Yes,
Okay.
100%. We always are hands on those people because we have an app. We have to communicate with our team.
Okay.
Do our chairs and you go. It's called like runners. They have to run to get to chairs and get all those fun stuff.
Okay. And how long have you been working there?
Um, I was. Oh, okay. It's not saying my notes, but I would say about a year and a half.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really awesome, Rachel. You should be very proud
So
of
we worked
yourself.
there about a year and a half. That's really good for us because that was really good for me, and we're really proud of ourselves right here.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourself. Absolutely. How many hours a week do you work?
Um, about 24 hours per week.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Do you have a job coach that works with you there?
Uh, no, I don't have a job coach. I had a job coach at one job, but they
Okay.
did not always listen to me. My team supports me at this job. So like we decided to not have a job coach for this one because
Okay.
they we did angry about that. We did angry with my job and they said I think Rachel deserve but she doesn't get a job coach for this one. But she would be okay with that one.
Okay, you'll be okay with that one. That's awesome. That's another thing to be proud of too. All right, so let's see what else. Let's talk about theater. So how old were you when you first started theater?
Um I would say I was 5 years old
5. Okay.
when I was cast in my first play. Um we lived in Memphis, Tennessee, not here, but Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
Memphis area. It was at the Barwood Community Center with Minnesota Children's Theater.
The children's theater.
It's actually Minnesota. It's a bit different theater I have done.
Missoula.
Yes.
Missoula.
Yeah. I would say Magical Baby Doll and Pinocchio. That was my first show I did.
Okay.
Pinocchio, and my role was a baby doll.
Okay. Actually, I saw pictures of you. I saw pictures of you when I was going through your mom's Facebook and her blog. I saw pictures of you. Yep. I
That's
loved
really.
them.
I even had some wine. One of them,
Uh-huh.
I even had wine. It says "Mama, Mama."
Aw, that's so awesome. Can I tell you a little story?
Yeah.
When I was probably in about third grade, we were in a music conservatorium thing that we did, and we did several plays, and one of them was The Nightingale, the other one was Oliver Twist, and I had a part in Oliver Twist. I was supposed to be a boy and walk out with the books and hand the books to them, and I chickened out, so my sister did it for me. I got so nervous. I was like, I can't do it. So my sister took my part and did it. So yes, I get very nervous when it comes to things like that. So you that's a gift that you have, not to be nervous. So that's
But
awesome. What was your favorite, if you could pick one play out of the 26, what would be your most favorite one that you were in?
so I love all my plays I was in. I love all of them. But Hairspray was my favorite.
Oh yeah.
I love dancing on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
I also love being well. This is Shakespeare I have done in high school.
Okay. Shakespeare.
Got a bit off topic from here, but it says I also love being in Julius Caesar.
Okay, Julius Caesar.
Yeah, it's a Shakespeare. I remember that play. It's really good play. It was actually at my high school. I was Strayo.
Okay.
I got tons of mine, so it was really hard. So that's where I did a speech class where I had to.
You had speech class to help. Yeah.
But yes, and that was really hard, and it was a good where my speech teacher had to help me. Some lines are really hard, but we have to break it down into steps.
Steps, yes, yes. That's good that you had that support though, with your speech teacher to help you with lines and stuff like that. I think that's very important. And I would imagine that you made a lot of friends being in that element of theater because you're around so many people. And yes, you have to be on topic and do your lines, but I'm sure you have a lot of fun at the same time.
But yes.
And so you said you never get nervous. Have you ever gotten nervous? Like when you were little, maybe like the first couple times, do you remember? Have you ever gotten nervous going on stage?
For me, I would say I really love the stage and being in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I do not get nervous. So I don't get nervous all the time because I love being on the stage and get to see other fun people. And I'm a public speaker. I never get nervous. So
Mm-hmm. That's good. And are you still involved with theater now? Do you have any upcoming plays or anything you're in?
yes, I still do theater. But now I'm rehearsing for a play called Grease.
Oh, one of my favorites. My sister played
Okay.
Sandy in Grease.
Oh, but I'm happy you like Grease. That's my mom.
Yep.
And I'm happy for your daughter.
Thank you.
Um, I have a read role of Patty, the head cheerleader.
So Patty?
Yes, she's a head cheerleader.
Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so I see that you helped advocate for the passing of the Federal ABLE Act. So I just want to thank you for one, because my daughter now has the ABLE Act. And yes, it's very important, right? And I also did an interview with the Maryland ABLE account organization here and had them on my podcast too. So I just want to say thank you for advocating for that because it makes such a difference in people's lives. So thank you. And tell us what was some of the work that you did to help that pass?
I went to visit my elected officials in Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.,
We love going there because the Capitol Hill and the steps, tons of walking, hot, the heat.
Yep, tons of walking.
Yeah, it's kind of New York City. I told Congressman Yoder, who used to be a congressman. He was a great person.
Okay.
Senator Moran and Senator Roberts about this, city wall. They won't let people with disabilities save money.
Save money.
They right, but I said that my wife has said that they wanted to pass the ABLE Act. But I testified before the Kansas legislature.
Wow, that's impressive that you went up and testified, because that, again, you have no nerves. You're never nervous. So that's awesome. You got up there and got to speak your heart in front of them and testify. That's awesome. Okay, go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Like you said, my congressman was there to watch me testify. It was in Topeka, Kansas. You see what my mom used to go to usually. What else? They right when I said the past the Kansas ABLE Act, then I got to open my first Kansas ABLE account.
The Kansas ABLE account.
Yes, that was in a different location.
Yeah, it was in a different location. Yeah, that's awesome. So as a Down syndrome advocate, how do you continue to work within your community to raise awareness?
I give speeches around the country, like states and countries. I still visit my elected officials. I make videos for my elected officials and ask them to support our laws for me and my friend. I tell people in my speeches and on social media that I love my life.
You love your life.
I really do love my life.
Well, you have a lot to love about your life. How have things changed for you now that you're living that adult life?
I miss going to college and school and seeing my friends. Instead of going to classes, I go to a job. I'm trying to learn to be more responsible so I can be an independent woman. I cannot drive, and transportation is really hard. My parents have to take me most places according to work.
Yep. And I have to do the same thing for my daughter too. So my daughter she has cerebral palsy. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
So that she actually has to use a walker to walk or a wheelchair. And then,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Mhm.
And then she also has a vision impairment. So it's hard for her to see and process things. So she can't drive either. So I have to drive her around as well. But I always tell her, look on the bright side. At least you don't have to pay a car payment and you don't have to pay all the gas and insurance. And you get to have a chauffeur. You always got to look at the positive things, right? Look at all the money you're going to save. So what type of supports do you need at home, if any? For example, like my daughter, she has a hard time with her fine motor, so I help her cut up her food. I help her put her socks and shoes on. Sometimes I have to make sure she gets all the shampoo out of her hair, that kind of stuff. Is there any type of supports that you need, maybe with cooking or cleaning or anything like that?
I would say for me,
Mm-hmm.
uh, my support, I need help with my alarm, but it's really hard to get out of bed. Sometimes it's hard to get out of bed because, sometimes people like to sleep in, sometimes people like to give
Hit
her,
the snooze button.
sometimes people give her sleep a day before work because, everybody at work is very tired. Like, my coworkers get very tired at work, so they always get some sleep before a day before work.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to get my sleep before a day before I go to work and not be too tired.
Yep. Yep.
Um, and I love getting to bed because I get to sleep and get on my sleep in before I get up the next morning.
Yeah, it's important.
Uh, and of course, sleeping is more important in this house for me. Um, I need reminders for my breaks.
Reminders for your breaks. Yep.
Not at home, but mostly at
At
work.
work. Uh-huh.
Not at home, but usually at work or at fair classes, because we do take a break at rehearsals for our play we're doing
Yeah.
now. Like water breaks, like volleyball, like all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I need help managing my money and my benefits.
Yep.
My mom helps me with that. So like money is always hard for us, so it takes time to, like, the only thing is really hard is the coins, or it was like what like a quarter is this, or
Yep.
like he's like 1 cent, or one of them is like 10 cents, or like all those things.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
and sorry, a debit card.
Yes, and a debit card. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, because it can get confusing. And then you use the debit card and then you have to make sure all your account is budgeted and you have enough money and you don't spend too much. And yeah, it's hard for us adults.
Since I have a Apple account, I always put my money in my Apple account.
Yeah.
That's what I always be doing.
Yep. That's very important. Absolutely. Let's talk boys.
Okay.
Do you have a boyfriend or any boys that you like right now?
So I don't have a boyfriend right now, so I'm gonna replace that. I used to have a boyfriend.
Okay.
I used to have one back at college,
Okay.
but something happened. We have, he lives a bit far away from us.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he lives in a different place called Monsters, Arkansas. But he was a great boyfriend, but we're not together anymore. It's just
Mhm.
something happened between us, and sometimes that's always hard.
Mhm.
But I'm doing great. I'm happy. So I'm I'm dealing with that right now.
Uh-huh.
It is challenging, really. It's challenging right now. But I do like someone else.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, I'm all about boys, of course. But for me, I used to have a boyfriend at college, and sometimes it's challenging to give you a breakup. But we
Yeah.
broke up, but now I like someone else.
Okay. Well, that's good. And that's good that you're happy because that's the most important thing is to make sure that you're happy.
Yeah, and to treat someone as a princess.
Yes. Yes. So
That's
what
what
ab-
I'm
Go ahead. So, what about your hopes and dreams for the future?
I would like to get married and live in a pink house, like you said before, pink house. I'm gonna get married and live in pink house. As but I tell my relative officials when we pass April Act.
Okay. That's exciting. That is exciting. So your mom shared a video of you giving a presentation at your church, and you talked about how you were baptized at the age of 13, and you shared your favorite Bible verse. So I was wondering if you would be willing to share that verse with everyone.
Okay. So my favorite Bible verse is be strong and have courage because God is always with me.
Mm-hmm. God is always with you. Absolutely. So,
Joshua 1:9.
mm-hmm. Is there any advice that you would like to give others out there that are also living with a disability?
So I do have one advice, not all, but some.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve to live your dreams. Everybody has dreams and hopes like me. Keep working hard and keep moving forward. I gotta say that I watched a movie called Meet the Robinsons, and it said moving forward, and they always gonna keep moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I always have courage and be kind. You deserve to be respected. A lot of people
Yes.
just be respected, even for everyone, they can be treated when they want to be treated. Yeah, I say that for everyone, not just for me, but everyone else out
Yep.
there. Everyone has everyone has a disability, and they need to be treated when they want to be treated. And it's not fair to us that we cannot make fun of those people. So we love those people, and we always are thankful for that people.
Respect is huge, and I am so honored to have the privilege to know you and get to spend this time with you and learn from you and have you share your experiences, and what you have to say is very valuable, and I appreciate that. Is there anything else before we wrap up that you want to share with anybody?
I would say I have Down syndrome,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not called Down syndrome. I'm Rachel. I love my life.
Amen. You're awesome. Okay, so the very last thing is I sent your mom a flyer about what's your word. Words are very important. They're very powerful. They can inspire us to do great things. They can remind us of the importance or simply remind us to breathe in the moment. So I wanted to know what your word is, what word you chose, and if you would be willing to share why you chose it.
Okay. I also saw the flyer too, because my mom also printed out for me. I saw everything you printed out.
Uh-huh.
So thank you for that flyer. Thank you for all the details.
Oh,
For
you're
that.
welcome, sweetie.
One of my sayings one of my savings I know for this that makes my heart happy. One of my words saying I know for it makes my heart happy. That's one of my words.
Mm-hmm.
My word is believe.
Breathe. Okay.
Um, believe is my word because I believe that God has faith in me, and I trust God will work out things for the best for me.
Yes, believe. Believe is a wonderful thing.
Yes, it's also good for me because I also got baptized at my church, and I
Mm-hmm.
believe God trusts me, and I trust my parents.
Mm-hmm.
I will never say anything that hurt my parents. I trust my parents. I trust God, and I love everything, and God has a faith in me. And of course, I'm strong. I have courage. I have faith. I'm thankful I got faith, and I'm very thankful I got baptized for God and His sister and God.
I love that. I love that for you. Absolutely. You just gave me the chills. You did. Okay, well, everybody, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and having Rachel on today. It has been a pleasure. And stay tuned for another episode of the Guilbault Girls. Thanks so much, Rachel.
Thank you for your great opportunity.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us as we spread awareness through our personal stories and the many resources shared. You can help us by joining our village simply by sharing our show with the masses. You can also become a supporter of the show by clicking on the link in the show notes. Your funds will allow us to keep sharing these valuable, heartfelt stories and resources. Be sure to subscribe to our Guilbault Girls podcast and YouTube show, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Guilbault Girls.